Let's make an Oreo cheesecake. Hi there, it's Becky from Keats Kitchen, and today I'm going to show you how to make an Oreo cheesecake. This was not my Grandma Blaine's recipe. She does have a cheesecake recipe, and I will be doing that one day soon, but this is a recipe that was given to me by a friend, and she said that I could share it. So Terry, thank you so much for letting me share this cheesecake recipe. So I'm gonna go around and give you all the ingredients that you need. So for starters, I have about 20 Oreos that I processed in the food processor, ground it up pretty coarsely. And then I have 3 tablespoons of flour, 3 blocks of room temperature, softened to room temperature cream cheese, 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of sour cream, 4 eggs, some salt, and vanilla. Okay, next clip, I'll assemble everything and we'll get baking. Okay, ready for the filling. I have my 3 blocks of cream cheese, softened to room temperature, inside my mixer bowl. And I'm going to add the sugar and the salt. But first, I'm just gonna add a half a teaspoon of the salt to the sugar. And whisk that up together really, really well. Turn this on, start whipping up the cream cheese. And I have the whisk paddle attachment on. And I'll probably keep the whisk paddle on through the whole process. Okay, so I'm going to slowly add the sugar and salt mixture. Now I'm adding 2 tablespoons of vanilla. So there is 2 tablespoons. And then I'm going to add the sour cream. The sour cream is what makes this recipe really, really good. I mean, there's a lot of good ingredients, but it's just those magical ingredients, you know, that add that little pop, and sour cream is one of them. Okay, that's whipping up real good. I've scraped down the sides pretty good, and what I'm gonna do is add my eggs one at a time. When I was giving you all the ingredients, I didn't include the crust, but I've made a separate clip for that. And so, but I'll go over it again. I took about 25 Oreos and put them in the food processor, and I ground them up pretty fine. And then when they were all crushed, I added 1/4 cup of melted butter very slowly. But you'll see all that in that separate clip. So anyway, there's all my eggs. Get that blended up together real well. I'm just going to blend up some Oreo cookies, probably about 25 of them, in my food processor, and I'm just going to do the pulse very gradually. Now I'm going to gradually add 1/4 cup of butter that I've melted. A 9-inch springform pan, and what that is, it's a pan that releases and the bottom comes out. And these work great for cheesecakes. So what I'm gonna do now, take my Magic Baker's Joy. I'm not gonna spray very much just very, very lightly, just for precaution. Make sure it doesn't stick. So very, very lightly. Like that. Now I'm going to take my Oreos that I've crushed up in the food processor and put them in the spring form pan. And distribute this evenly on the bottom the best I can, and then I'm going to get a glass and use the bottom of the glass to smash it flat and make it nice and compact and even. So I've just taken a clean glass and I am using the bottom of the glass to press down on the Oreo crust just to make sure it's even and nice and packed. So here is what the crust should look like. I have packed it down really firmly, and I'm going to put this in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes and let that bake up real nicely. Okay, the crust here is all baked. I baked this I went a little longer. I went about 12 minutes. So I'm just going to set this aside and let it cool while I am preparing the cheesecake filling. I have 3 tablespoons of flour here, and I'm going to add that, mix that up real good. And then once that is combined and creamy, I am going to add my they're crushed coarsely, my crushed Oreos. The flour is all blended in. Time for the Oreos. Give that a good mix, and then I'll be pouring that on top of the Oreo crust. Oh, look at this. Oh, it looks so good. So now I'm going to pour this on top of my Oreo crust. And so what I'm going to do next, folks, is put this in the oven at 350, and I'll bake this for 10 minutes at 350, and then I'm going to lower my temperature to 300 and bake it for another 50 minutes. That's 550. And I will come back when it is done baking. Just before I place this in the oven, I just wanted to show you. So I'm getting ready to stick this in the oven, like I said, for 10 minutes at 350, and then reduce the heat to 300 and bake for another 50 minutes. So I'll be back. The cheesecake is done baking. So now I've just set it out on the counter, and I'm going to let it rest for probably about an hour, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge and chill it for about 6 hours. And then when it's ready, I'm going to put some ganache on the top. So I'll see you soon. My cheesecake has been chilling for about 5 hours, and as you can see, it developed a crack, but that's pretty common with cheesecakes. And also, it's not going to matter because I'm pouring ganache over it. So what I'm going to do right now, I have a cup of, I mixed it half and half. I did half a cup of semi-sweet and a half a cup of milk chocolate. I just think semi-sweet gets a little bitter, so I wanted to mellow it out and add a little milk chocolate. So what I have here is a third of a cup of whipping cream, heavy whipping cream, in a saucepan. I'm going to bring that to a simmer, just barely boiling, and when it's hot and when it's done, I'm going to pour it over the chocolate chips and whisk it up real well and make the ganache and pour it over the cheesecake. So when this is ready, I will be back. The ganache is ready, and now I'm just going to pour this over the cheesecake, and it's going to pool beautifully right there in the middle of the cheesecake. Spread that around a little bit. That's so pretty. Okay, I have another step I'm going to show you. Okay, so I've melted about 3 tablespoons of white chocolate chips. I didn't add any whipping cream to this. I just melted it up in the microwave. What I'm going to do is just put little dollops of the white chocolate on the cheesecake. I know it seems weird, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to take this little, I don't know what it's called, a pastry needle, and I'm just going to start swirling it around, making a little design. This brings out your inner child. So what I'm doing, I'm just making a little pattern here to make it pretty. You can have fun with this. I'm going over to dinner at my mom's tonight, and I thought I would contribute and bring a cheesecake. So when I get over there tonight and slice a piece, I'll take a picture and show you. So anyway, swirly swirly. And thanks for coming by and watching this tutorial today. And I'll include a picture of the cheesecake. My dog. When I cut a slice. So anyway, enjoy your day, everybody. I love ya, and see you soon. Bye-bye.